Somebody here is trying to build something up for themselves, trying to create something for themselves, and it's like there is no end to what this person can do. Okay, they do not care who they hurt. They're willing to do whatever it takes to win one up, to make some money. This person is broke. Okay, they are willing to lie, cheat, steal, do whatever it takes. This is somebody that is around you. This is somebody that can be using all kinds of tactics to try to get money out of you. And not just you, but other people as well. So it's not just you. This person has definitely learned something here. They learned that if they create chaos and create some kind of confusion around, that they can manipulate people into getting money out of people. This is definitely somebody who has a lot of secrets they don't want people to know. And one of the secrets is that this person has an addiction. They have an addiction. It could be substances, it could be gambling, it could be a shopaholic. Whatever their addiction is, this is something that they have learned to keep it very quiet. Okay, like you would never know that this person has this kind of addiction when you see them. Okay, when you're around them, they never talk about it. They never, they don't give any clues about it at all. This is somebody who is around you who is about to get themselves into a lot of trouble. Somehow, this person has evaded, somehow they have evaded getting themselves into trouble for years, I'm hearing. And they have gotten money out of people left and right. They have swindled money out of people. They have lied. And I'm hearing this person is lying to you straight to your face, Gemini. They're lying to you about something. And the thing is that this is something that could really end up hurting you down the road. Okay? This person has not seen not a lick of day of judgment, not one day of judgment for all the things they've done. They have continuously got away with things left and right. And to tell you the truth, it's like this person's ego, they're so confident about what they have done, what they have accomplished doing, that they are so overly confident that eventually it is going to catch up with them. And this person, when it does reach out, when it does come out, what this person has been doing, they're going to reach out to you. Okay, they're going to be reaching out to you. If they haven't already, they're going to be reaching out to you. They're going to be asking you for help. They're going to ask you to come in and, put some money down, or put your name on the line, or give them some kind of credit, something like that. Okay, they're going to be asking you for help if they haven't already. Spirit is saying that you are only hearing just a small slither of the story. Like you are only going to hear a tiny, tiny part of the story. It is not going to come out, like everything that this person has done is not going to come out for years. Okay, the things that they have done is not going to come out for years. So Spirit is saying don't help this person. Don't help this person. This person needs to meet the end of the road here, because if they learn now that there is consequences for their actions. This is somebody who's young. I want you to know that. This is somebody who's young. And when I'm saying young, I'm talking about like maybe 25 or younger, okay? This is definitely somebody who's young. If you don't help them now and let them face the consequences of their actions now, you could actually help prevent them from getting bigger and getting themselves into a bigger hole down the road, because down the road eventually everything's going to come out what this person has been doing, and if you help them down the road it's going to be bigger. Like I'm hearing prison time, big prison time. Okay, millions of dollars owed. Just it's going to be huge, right? But you have the ability to stop this person now by not helping them. Let them face the consequences of their actions. Let them understand that there's not always going to be somebody out here that's going to save them from the dirty deeds that they've been doing. And I'm hearing that's what has been happening here since this person was a teenager. Every time they got caught, every time they got in trouble, somebody was there to like help them out. Somebody was there to bail them out. And that was the worstest thing that somebody could do for this person because it made them feel like, they could just do anything. They could do anything. They didn't have to take the responsibility for their actions. And this has been a learned behavior, that they've learned that they could get away with since they were very young. It started with the first person who bailed this person out, and it has snowballed. And if you don't pay attention and realize that every time this person gets in trouble, it gets bigger and bigger and worse. If you don't notice it, if you don't pay attention, because I'm hearing like years go by, this person hasn't gotten in trouble. They have learned to dodge responsibility for their actions. They have learned to only do things when they know 100% that they're going to get away with it. Okay, but eventually they are going to get caught, and when they do, it's going to be huge because each time they do something wrong, they do it bigger, right? Like maybe when they were a teenager, they were stealing candies at the convenience store, okay? And now they're at work and they're like pocketing hundreds of dollars a day and just putting it in their pocket, and eventually that money is going to add up. And the company's going to be like, hey, this person owes us, $500,000. Where's our money? And of course, the more it is, the bigger the case is, right? The higher the money is for them to get out of jail, right? The more money you have to pay to a lawyer to help them out, to get them out of trouble, right? The thing is that you have the ability to stop this now. You have the ability to let this person suffer now so they won't be so quick to do it again. Because what happens is they spend a night in jail and that's it. They really don't learn their lesson. This could be somebody that was in juvenile and they only spent maybe a day or an hour or maybe one night in juvenile, and that was it. They didn't get to stay there day after day suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't get the taste of what jail is going to feel like or what prison's going to feel like because they were never given that opportunity. See, this person was supposed to learn the lesson back in the day when they were younger, when they were a teenager. They were supposed to learn this lesson, and the path that they're on now is because the people around them is the person that they keep putting them on this path. People around them keeps helping them, and they're thinking, oh, well, I am never going to get out, I'm never going to get in trouble. I'm never going to face judgment. I'm never going to have to take responsibility for my actions. There will always be somebody in the family who's going to come and take me and get me out. So this person feels like they could do anything. They feel invincible. They feel like they could take whatever they want from anybody. And the thing is that the older this person gets, the bigger the crime is going to get. And the deeper and deeper it's going to get. And it's going to get to the point where nobody's going to be able to help them because nobody's going to have the money to bail them out. When it jumps up to $1 million, who's going to bail them out? $1 million, if it's $1 million, you have to come up with 10% of that. That's $100,000. Who has $100,000 to go get this person out? You see, this person is on the road to something big and huge where they're going to end up spending like 30 years in prison. You got to let them go ahead and serve, if it's a month, let them serve their month. They need to get a taste of it because if you keep helping them, they're just going to get worse off. And I'm hearing for somebody here, you even spoke and said something about this a long time ago. Like you spoke up and said, hey, Maybe we shouldn't get this person out. Maybe we should let this person serve their time and learn their lesson. You might have said this back, when this person got in trouble and went to juvenile. You might have said something to that effect. And I'm hearing like y'all said something, y'all spoke up, but people around you are not listening. They're not paying attention to what you're saying, and they didn't. They ignored you. And there's some kind of privilege that this person has. Like, for instance, they could be like the firstborn son or the first grandson or granddaughter, right? They have some kind of privilege because of their birth, the the way that they were born. Okay? Something about the way that they were born. It gives me this feeling of being the firstborn. Okay? So or they could be like grandma's favorite or grandpa's favorite. Something like that. Okay? Where this person has been very privileged, very spoiled, and yeah, it's going to catch up with them. And when it does, it's nobody's going to be able to help them because they're just going too far. It's like it's growing in momentum, okay? Their crimes is getting worse. It's getting stronger. They're feeling like they could get away with more. This person could be carrying around a weapon now, okay? Because it's getting to the point where they feel like it's a joke. Have you ever seen these criminals? They show videos of them. They're like, "Oh, I'll be out by Thanksgiving. Oh, it's funny, and they took somebody's life. But they don't see what they've done. Like they still think that they're going to get out in a couple of months. Cuz each time, you know what I mean? Like every time they got in trouble, somebody was bailing them out. They were never held responsible. Somebody else was always paying for their crimes. Okay? And this could also be somebody who actually got somebody else around you in trouble, and that person is innocent and that person is still locked up. Okay? Like I'm hearing like the two of them went off somewhere, they did something, and one of them who's actually very innocent, one of them who really wasn't the mastermind behind it. They might have maybe just learned what was going on, or they learned after the fact what was going on, and that person is still locked up. Okay, and this person still thinks it's a joke. They think it's nothing. They think that nothing bad is ever going to happen to them. They think that they could just keep getting away with stuff. This is why Spirit is saying, when this person reaches out to you and they're like, "Hey, come and save me," no. No. So simple. No. 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 Nope. Can't do it. Come up with whatever excuse you have to. You don't have the money. You're broke right now. Whatever it is. But say no. Let this person face the consequences of their actions. Okay? You got to teach this person. Okay? And the thing is that somebody else behind you is going to end up helping this person, but it won't be you. So what happens to them down the road is not going to be on your hands. Okay? Because I see down the road, if you ended up helping this person again, like I'm hearing down the road, you're going to feel so guilty. You're going to feel, responsible for what this person has done down the road, because you're going to see the bigger picture, and it's going to be a guilt that is going to end up eating you up. Because you're going to feel like, dang, I knew it. I should have just let them face the consequences of their actions. I should have done this back, when they were younger, when they were in juvenile. I should have, and you're going to go through that. And Spirit is saying, you're not meant to go through that. You're not meant to go through that guilt. You're not meant to take on this person. Like, you're not meant to be responsible for this person at all. This person is old enough to be responsible for themselves. They know better. Okay, every time they turn on TV, every time they get on YouTube, there's videos that says, "Hey, this is wrong. These people got in trouble for it." So it's not like this person doesn't have social media. It's not like they don't have a television. Okay, it's not like they don't see the news. They know that they're watching other people online, people on television, doing the same crimes that they're doing, and they're watching them go get put in jail. So this person knows, they're aware. They know what they're doing. And most of what they're doing is taking advantage. Spirit is saying, tell this person you're broke. Even if you have the money, Gemini, even if you have the money in the bank, just sitting there, tell this person, no, you don't have the money. And this person's going to push and just tell them, hey, groceries cost more. Everything costs more money. Guess what? I don't have the money. And that's it. Let this person face the consequences. Okay? Now, this person might have told you something like, oh, I have a job now. I'm making all this money now. There's a lie there. Okay? Either they're not making as much money as they're claiming, or they just don't have a job. Okay? And they're just flat out lying. Because they're definitely going to be like, oh, I could pay you back. I could pay you back with my next check. They're lying. Okay? They're not going to pay you back. They're not doing anything that they should be doing. Maybe you have told this person, like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. They're not doing anything that they should be doing. They're doing everything. They're actually just doing everything that they shouldn't be doing. Okay? And I will tell you something. This person is after a quick dollar. Easy dollar. Okay? They're after the easiest way to get whatever they want. Yes, they might drive a nice car, they might have a nice house, but they're getting it by cheating people. They're getting it out of, just right out stealing and frauding people. Okay? And yeah, they might have a job, but they're not making the kind of money that they're claiming. Okay? And as a matter of fact, it looks like they might even be taking from their employer, like pocketing money, or it could be something like they're running some kind of scam at work, guys. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so it could be like people pay with their credit cards, but they don't even realize that they're actually just paying this person and not actually paying the store. That kind of thing. Okay, there's something fishy going on. This person is highly intelligent. Unfortunately, they are criminally intelligent. Okay, meaning that they will look for any easy way out. They'll spend hours thinking about how they could make a quick dollar or how they could cheat somebody else. But they can't use all that time and energy into doing something legit. Okay? But they don't let nobody know. That's the thing. Nobody really knows what this person is doing. Nobody really knows where they work. Nobody really knows how much money they make. Nobody really knows anything about this person because they keep everybody at it like arm's length. Okay? Like nobody really knows what they're doing or what they're up to. They're doing it on purpose. They're keeping everybody in the shadows on purpose because if everybody knew exactly what this person was doing and up to, then nobody would want to help them and they know it. Okay? So, like, when it comes to the family, I'm hearing this person lies, lies, lies. Okay? So, when something happens, you're going to say what? No, 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 right? No, no, no. Let me go ahead and give you your angel numbers. This is your message. Quick and simple, straight to the point. Be careful with this person. Oh, I didn't get it. There it is. Okay. 29. I am insightful. It's coming out. It says you are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. I am insightful. And it's this insightfulness that you were like warning people back in the day. You were telling people, hey, let this person face their consequences. Something terrible is going to happen to that person if somebody doesn't stop it now. Okay? Like something really terrible is going to end up happening because, like I said, every time they get away with it, they go back and they do something worse. They do something bigger. Okay? Bigger crimes, right? What did we say? The bigger the crime, the more the time you have to do, right? So bigger the crime, the more the time. That's what's going to happen. Okay, 27. It says your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate toward all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. I am expressive. So do put that in the comment section. I am expressive. I am insightful. Okay. I don't know what this has to do with this. I think insightful means like you already knew, you understood, you try to warn people. And this one, I am expressive. I don't know what this has to do with this. I think maybe because you keep trying to make life better for somebody, okay? Maybe you've been doing that for a while now. You've been like trying to make somebody's life better, and it's like they don't appreciate it, and they're not wanting to help themselves. It's kind of like they say, like, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, and he can support himself, right? I think you've tried to teach this person over and over and over again, and you try to teach them how to fish, but it's not that you're not teaching them, and it's not that you're not teaching them the right way. It's not that they don't understand. It's just that they feel like the easy road is the better road. That's basically what it comes down to. Anyways, Gemini, thank you for joining me. Hope this helps you out. Hopes it gives you some direction of what you should or shouldn't do under the circumstances. I know this is not for everybody, but it is what it is. Catch me in the next one. Bye bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, yes, and comment because it helps the channel grow.